Monday afternoon live stream. Monday afternoon live stream. Live stream. Monday afternoon live stream while I'm running away from my problems. Running away from my problems, yeah. No underwear day. Hello, Internet. How are we doing today? I hope you're having a good Monday so far. I'm calling this one Growth, Faith, and Documentation. Yeah. So, last night, spent about an hour looking through my last 2 years of posts on Instagram. And it was really encouraging and fun to see my growth I've had in the past 2 years. And it's awesome that I've documented so much of my life in videos in the past 2 years, because I get to really see, and some of the things I watched, I was really able to go back to that day and remember what my life was like on a given day when I created a video. And I just see how much I've grown since then. And this year in particular, I've grown so much in my commitment to being brave and my vulnerability and compassion has been a lot higher because of that. Well, not necessarily, not just because of the bravery, but I'm just seeing ways I've grown. I see that the Danny of today is way braver, way more compassionate, way more patient, way more open and vulnerable than definitely Danny a year ago, and double definitely the Danny 2 years ago. And the Danny of today loves himself far more than the Danny from 2 years ago. I think the Danny 2 years ago only really loved himself when he was accomplishing something. It's like I was making money playing a gig or writing a song, then I loved myself. But I didn't really, that version of me wasn't really willing to love myself just to love myself, to give myself validation, to not need it from anyone else, to stand on my own thoughts, words, deeds, and beliefs. And the version that's running today is live streaming to, it looks like one person right now, and not worried about how many people are seeing it and who's seeing it, and if they're talking shit. You can talk shit, I don't care. You're probably a loser. Just kidding. But people talk shit. And actually, the people who do talk shit are usually the people not doing anything. There's that, it's a Teddy Roosevelt, the man in the arena thing. It's like what counts is the person who's out there, you know, taking punches to the face, not the person sitting in the stands saying, oh, they shouldn't have done that. And I've really made a commitment to not being on the stands, to being in the arena, on the court, as the Landmark Forum says. You know, committing to live streaming every day is putting me on the court, saying, yeah, I'm going to share my ideas. And actually, look, it's pretty cool. Like, most of these videos on Facebook get around 40 to 50 views, and some of them get several hundred, which is very cool. It's cool that there's, seems like roughly 40 people tuning in daily to check out what I'm saying. If you're one of those people, thank you. Love you. I appreciate you. My my goal is to share my exactly where I'm at every day to help you see wherever you're at is just okay. And actually, if you can radically accept exactly where you are, that's how you move forward. And it's when you're wishing you're somewhere else or someone else or something else that it's actually very difficult to make moves. Yeah. So growth documentation, kind of talked about that a little bit. Like when you document your life, whether it's a journal, a live stream, videos, whatever way you choose to do it, it's really powerful because it gives you the opportunity to reflect and look back and see how you've changed. And yeah, for me going through it last night, like it was like really cool. You know, not only have I seen my growth just in my ability to tap into the infinite love of the universe and share love and be love and, you know, be slow to anger, be not prideful or boastful, but and at the same time as not being prideful and boastful, put my light on the hill and not hide under a bushel, but really share it with people in this way of, here's what I freaking do. And it's awesome. And I'm shaking you down and telling you it's awesome because like it's going to help you. I promise. And I've also seen growth just with my my singing, especially when I was watching some videos, I heard some singing even from a year ago and especially 2 years ago, where it's like, whoa, I'm way, way better at singing than I was 2 years ago. I'm like way, way better than singing than I was last year. And that's really fun. You know, I think with music, it's really easy to be so close to what you're doing, you don't see when and where you're getting better. And having a documentation is nice because you can radically change your musical ability in 6 months with consistent daily effort. And so having documentation can really help you, especially when you're feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you're not doing the right things. You know, I still have like recordings of me playing piano from when I was in high school, and like, you know, I suppose I cringe at them, but not really, because whatever. I was like 17, but it's just like, wow, I really didn't know how to play when I was 17. Not like I can play now at 31. And yeah, I guess just my singing journey. It's like I really couldn't sing 2 years ago, and actually am a singer. Other people call me a singer. Not that my validation needs to come from other people. Actually, that's a whole nother story right there. Like when I'll share that because that's cool. I think this was last summer. Actually, just about a year ago. Maybe it was May. Whatever, doesn't really matter. Last year, I was playing a wedding, and I remember I had like some first dance, father, daughter, mother, son dance songs to learn. And one of them, and so I remember put them on a Spotify playlist. I got out of the shower, and while I was drying off, getting dressed, I hit play on one of the songs, and it was this song by Warren Zevon. Never heard the song before. And the song started playing. And I hated it. It was like acoustic guitar and singing, and I like thought he sucked at singing. And I just remember being so mad. It was just like, who's this fucking asshole singing this song? And I was pissed because it felt unfair that this guy who I didn't think was good at singing had a famous song somebody's going to dance at their wedding. And right after I had that thought, I kind of laughed to myself and was like, okay, like, Danny, like, you're just some asshole trying to sing. Like, why are you so hard on this guy? And after listening to that song, the next song I had to listen to practice for the gig was Phil Collins' You'll Be in My Heart. And I remember when that came on, I was like mad for basically the opposite reason, where I was like, oh, Phil Collins, he's so good. I'll never be that good. I hate this. And I took a moment to laugh and realize that I think my relationship with listening to people sing was, I was either mad if I thought they weren't a good singer, because I was like, how dare they be famous or connect with people because I'm not doing that and I'm a better singer than them. Or I'd hear somebody and think they were a really good singer and be mad, be like, oh, I can never do that. I'm not a good singer. I'll never have that. And it was like a funny realization to take a step back and realize that those thoughts, they weren't about Phil Collins or Warren Zevon. They were about me. They were about I didn't love my voice enough. I didn't love myself enough to ever consider myself a good singer. So it didn't really matter if I was singing good or bad. I hated it. And so that was like a moment of like, okay, let me take a step back and like calm down. And I don't think at the time I said love myself, but now is what I would say. And that's what I was doing. Ooh. And that night on the gig, I just remember kind of letting go. You know, like, yeah, I'm just going to sing and have fun. I don't care how it sounds. And I remember Jill, she was on that gig and she was like, I remember we were singing, I Want to Dance with Somebody. And she turns to me during the chorus and it's like blown away at how good we are sounding together. And on the set break, she's talking to me. She's like, Danny, you're killing those 3-part harmonies. Oh my gosh, we should take this on the road. And it's just funny because, like, in one hand, I don't think I magically got better at singing. But on the other hand, I did magically get better at singing. It's not like my technique changed drastically or my ears got way better or my tone got way better. But I was way kinder to myself and just went in with I'm Danny and I sing, motherfuckers. So I'm going to sing and let it sound how it's going to sound. And I think just going at it with that approach instead of this insecure, apologetic, I'm sorry that I'm ruining the song with my singing approach, I sounded way better. And like, there is a lesson there. Magic is real, bros. You can magically get better at music by just changing one thought. You can magically have your relationships be better by just shifting your mindset, even the smallest degree. And growth and progress, often there's a part of it that is slow, that is day by day, that is incremental. And there are also explosive moments of insight where everything changes. So don't dismiss those. I know people don't always like hearing that. The idea of magic is actually really threatening to a lot of modern people. And I'll just say with love, if you embrace it, life gets better and more fun and actually makes more sense. Everything is physical. There's nothing beyond the material world. Worldview most of us live in is killing us, literally. I'm telling you, it's not serving you the way you want it to serve you, I promise. And if you want to talk about that at any time, I'm always open. But I don't do debates. Debates are so fucking stupid. I do discussions and conversations. Yeah, I guess the last thing that's kind of segueing into the part of the title, I said faith. And just like really living a life of faith where I think I didn't have faith for several years. Maybe I did have faith. I just had faith in the wrong things. I was rooted in the belief. Whoa, we stopped at the same time. Magic. I was rooted in the belief that I wasn't going to make money on my original music. I was never going to have real friends in Chicago. That no one understood me and I didn't understand anyone. And what I believed in, I got a world that looked like that. And I've been living a life of faith lately, where I believe I have an abundance of people I love and people who love me. I have an abundance of skills, thoughts, ideas, and visions that, when acted upon, make the world better for those around me. I have an abundance of people who have skills, thoughts, and ideas that, when we come together, we make something even greater. I have an abundance and love in my heart that I'm ready to share. And a bountiful romantic love is not only in the cards for me, but it's on its way. It's rapidly approaching as I learn to love myself more and more. She is also learning to love herself. Ooh. Yeah. You know, at church yesterday, we talked about the story of Joseph, which, if you don't know, Joseph was, because he was his father's favorite son, his 12 brothers got jealous of him and they plotted to murder him. And they didn't murder him, but what they did do was they tied him up and threw him in a pit and left him to die, basically. And he got captured and taken into slavery and was like an imprisoned slave in Egypt. And then later on, decades later, I don't know the timeline exactly, but he interpreted dreams for the Pharaoh. It was the Pharaoh's right-hand man. And he interpreted the dreams to accurately predict 7 years of plenty and then 7 years of famine. And he was able to instruct the leaders to save up food during the plenty so that during the famine, they would have stocks to feed people when the crops weren't growing. And what's very humbling about that is that in order for Joseph to be essentially one of the rulers of Egypt, the right-hand man to the ruler, and save thousands of lives with his dream interpretation abilities, he had to get exiled by his family, left for dead, imprisoned, enslaved. All these horrible things happened to him. And just like what kind of unshakable faith he must have had in order to, when he was abandoned by his family and imprisoned, not just throw in the towel, not just literally want to kill himself, not just say, wow, life is bad, God is bad, I'm bad, I give up. No, he held his faith. And really helps me when I look at my life, look at things that didn't go how I wished they would have gone, and say, there's a greater purpose to this. There's a best possible outcome on its way. And all I need to do is walk by faith. All I need to do is listen to my intuition, listen to the clues that the universe leaves for me every step of the way, and trust those and follow those. And I believe I was put here to entertain people, to inspire people, to encourage people, to be a beacon of light for bravery, friendship, fun, authenticity, and vulnerability. And I'm stepping into that more and more every day. Woo. And yeah, I'm just grateful to be alive, I guess, and just living with faith. Faith doesn't have to look like what a lot of people think it looks like. You know, I know people are burned by churches. I get it. I freaked out on a youth pastor in 8th grade, and I swore off religion. I screamed at a guy. I'll tell you the story if you want to hear it later, not now. But yeah, I quit confirmation class and screamed at the guy in charge because I thought he was evil. He might have been. I don't know. I don't think what they were doing was good, but that's another story for another time. But faith, at least on a simple level, can be trusting that the best possible outcome is always within reach, and that whatever you're going through, it's for a greater purpose, and that you have a purpose. You're here divinely for a reason. You're not here on accident. We're not just like a random collision of stars. We're here for a purpose. And the choice is yours to boldly walk with faith, walk down the dark corridor, trusting that the path unfolds as you go, or to give up and throw in the towel. Choice is yours. I certainly had some times where I gave up and threw in the towel, but no more. These live streams are an act of faith, of saying, hey, I'm going to share my ideas so anyone on the internet can see it. I could look like a giant jackass on any of these. I could look like a fool or a babbling idiot, or I could be wasting my time. But I have faith that my words, thoughts, deeds, and actions help people. Yeah, this one felt good, y'all. I'm happy to stream. If you've made it this far, I do have a request. If you enjoy this, please click the like button and drop a comment and tell me what you think of these. Tell me why you like it, what you think is good about it. And if it's moving to you, if this helped you, what greater gift could you give to one of your friends than to send this to them and humbly and vulnerably say, hey, my pal Danny, or this guy that maybe you don't even know, Danny, he talked about some stuff that was moving to me, and I want the lives of the people I interact with to be better too. So maybe this will be moving to you too. It isn't all about just me growing an audience so I can be like, ooh, look at me, I've got a big audience. But it is about, if this is helpful to people, let's get it to more people. Let's help more people. I sense that a lot of people feel very alone, feel very scared. The news is cancer. People watch that and get so scared and think the world is ending. And they feel like if they say what they're really thinking, they're going to get canceled. Everyone's so scared of getting canceled. It's so dumb. Why don't we just stop canceling people? Why don't we let people make mistakes and turn the other cheek and live with love and understand that the more we make people scared to share their thoughts, the more people will just bury those thoughts, and they'll never grow. They'll never challenge themselves. All right, y'all. I just ran 2 miles. I actually wasn't too terrible. Felt good. February, or I always say February, September 22nd. September is the February of this fall. September 22nd. Safety Squad is at Epiphany Center for the Arts with Bumpus. It's going to be an amazing show. I already know a lot of people who are getting their tickets already. People are getting real hyped for it, so I'm very excited about that. And yeah, bros, well, I will see you soon. Have a great day.